everyone, and welcome to the webinar. And Tuesday night, my name is Maureen, and I live in Rochester Hills, Michigan. And it's my great pleasure to be the host for tonight's webinar. You know, when we think about what Relive is and what we want to do with it, or if we've heard about it, we want to think about getting healthier and living happier. And for those of you who are on the webinar for the first time tonight, you're going to hear how we do that. So we help ourselves and others get healthier in body, mind, and spirit. I'm going to go ahead and turn off my camera here and come on at the end. Okay, got to see these slides and me. And you know what I love about that is our flagship actually symbol shows those three emblems under Relive, and it does talk about body, mind, and spirit. And those three things are what's really incredible to maintain a healthy lifestyle in both physically and mentally. So there's 4 ways that Relive can help you. You can get better health, you can earn from home, you can create a happier lifestyle. And I'm sure a lot of us are thinking right now, especially in the last couple of years, being happy is really a priority for most of us. And giving back, which really brings the ultimate happiness in our life. We're going to talk a little bit about each one this evening. So get better health. How do we do that? Well, supplements that help you and your family thrive is what Relive International is all about. We have been pioneers in cellular health, which means our nutrition gets to the cellular level. And we just celebrated 33 years yesterday or the day before. We have clinically proven formulas, and not just something that sits on a shelf that someone says, hey, I got a formula that's going to work for you. It's clinically proven, and we have the testimonies to go along with that too, as you'll hear later in this webinar. We now have 11 product patents. We just received another one, Dr. Galvez, and the work of Dr. Carl Hastings received an 11th patent on our Lunarich product, which I should say an additional patent on our Lunarich X product. And certainly go on Facebook and check that out. It's quite an accomplishment. And it's very difficult to get a patent. You know, it has to be different. It has to be, as I said, different, unique, but it has to work. And we've earned those. So it's pretty incredible for a nutritional science company. We have a 30-day money-back guarantee. You deliver the can back empty and you say, I didn't like the taste, I don't know, whatever it is, whatever it is, you'll get your money back. And where can you get that? You can't get that at the drugstore. You can't get that at the grocery store. Certainly, you can get it from Relive. And I will tell you, in my 11 years with Relive, I've never had to give money back. We oversee our on-site manufacturing, which is really critical because we're manufactured right here in the good old USA in St. Louis, just outside of St. Louis in Chesterfield, Missouri. And our products are actually the oversight of what goes into our cans, and the quality assurance is critical to maintain the integrity of our company. So why do they work better? Why are they better than anything else out there that people have told you about for years? Well, number one, we're bioavailable. That just means it's a big word that says they get into our body, all of these ingredients for greater benefits, instant access into the bloodstream within 20 minutes, optimal nutrition, not just minimal daily requirements, but the higher level of key nutrients, which obviously today, in this day and age, we know we need. We know the peach of today is not the peach of 1953 to get all those nutrients. We just simply can't get all the nutrition we need in our foods with depleted soils and environmental issues that cause our food to not have that optimal nutrition. Guaranteed quality ingredients, as I said, in our plant, tested for purity and potency. We only import the finest ingredients to go into our products. And synergism just means that it powers up all the nutrients with smart combinations, just like calcium's absorbed better with vitamin D. Our ingredients all work together to be absorbed optimally. So healthy bodies start with healthy cells. So how do we do that? You might be asking, well, what is this Relive International? What are these products? Well, the number one thing that everybody should do is core nutrition. That's step one. You can see the products here. We have a whey-based product, a soy-based product. Now is an acronym for nourishing our world. Now for children, loaded with DHEA for the kids' brains. I love that as an afternoon shake. And classic, our original formula that is an almond flavor. So for some people, it's soy or whey. For other people, it's vanilla or almond. Either way, there's no bad choice in any one of these products. But sometimes we need some targeted solutions. We started on the product and we think, well, I'm getting results, but I may need a little more help. And this is where we're able to help you tweak your regimen, if you will. We put these products in liquid form. We call it a shake, some of us do. And you can add anything to it and be creative. But in adding a targeted solution, you just add that to your core nutrition. So what are they? We have a digestive health product loaded with 2 different kinds of enzymes, joint health, heart effect, which is a double patented product for joint health, another patented product for heart health, cardiac essentials. My cardiologist says he's never seen anything like it, and my blood work proves it. Blood sugars, look effect, we call this, for maintaining healthy blood sugars. Energy, who doesn't need more of that? 24K, loaded with ingredients specifically for the brain. Anti-aging, I don't need to tell people about that when I first introduced them to Relive, because that's all they want to grab, like the rest of us would. But on a serious note, add it to your regimen. It's an anti-aging product, second. Provantage for muscle development, a lot of people for performance. Athletes especially can take this for better muscle recovery after your workout. Women's wellness for soy essentials with women's health issues. And staying hydrated is really key to maintaining an electrolyte balance in your life, which we know we all need to do. And Energize comes in orange or lemon. And we also have another one that now has less sugar. Targeted solutions, again, we have the defense product for immune support. It's an incredible product that came out just over a year ago, maybe a year and a half now, that is, especially in this day and age, an added ingredient, if you will, adaptogen. I will say this in beta glucan, beta glucan. Anyway, it doesn't matter. You don't need to know what's in them. It's an amazing product that you can take to defend against really one more immune support. Lubricheck's the same way. Again, that's one that just achieved another patent for immune support, powerful anti-inflammatory, has the ability to turn off the bad genes and turn on the good. And that is really unique to Relive International. We have a whole line of RLD hemp products that enhance your health for immune support. One of them, the newest one, is called Protect. We've had amazing testimonies on that. Healthy cells and aging, relief for muscles and joints, more restful sleep, useful skin, excuse me, and stress relief. Excuse me. Sorry about that. I did grab a cup of water there. And this is really an amazing product too. Fit3 community. Where else can we go to get fun workouts, recipes, nutritional coaching? We have quarterly challenges that really encourage our distributors and customers to make the best of this opportunity and the benefit of the supportive social community. A lot of people join online events or go to the gym or go to Weight Watchers, or I'm not saying those aren't good things, but I'm saying this is a fun, free community. We have a lot of people that have great testimonies with Relive in our Fit3 program. So getting better health, I could talk about it all night long, but I've invited a few people to come on and introduce themselves and unmute yourself and turn on your video to tell us what the products have done for them. And the first one I'd like to go to is Esther Plague. Esther Plague is here in Michigan. I've known Esther for about 11 years now. Her and her family have had great results on the Relive products. Esther, can you come on and tell us what Relive has done for you and your family?
I'd be happy to. My name is Esther Plague. I live in Royal Oak, Michigan, and we got started in Relive because of my daughter Amy. She has Down syndrome, and before we found Relive, Amy was 2.5 years old. She wasn't walking, she wasn't talking, and she was getting sick all the time. She had chronic upper respiratory issues that would send us to the emergency room for breathing treatments. when we were in the emergency room, we were at the doctor's office for 2 or 3 rounds of antibiotics. So a friend of ours told us about Relive, and we got Amy started. And you know, the best way I can describe it, Amy just blossomed. It was amazing. She had better focus and attention during the therapy sessions, and her spoken words that she could say started pumping like popcorn. She started saying more words, putting words together. And the next thing we noticed was that her core muscle strength was getting stronger. She started walking more, and then she started running, and now she's active and healthy and happy. She plays baseball, she can dance. And you know, the original reason why we got started in Relive was because she was sick all the time. Well, we hardly ever get sick anymore, and we are so thankful for the person who shared Relive with us. We'll be shaking those shins every day. Thank you.
Wow, Esther, thank you so much for sharing. And you know, I gotta tell you, Amy's just such a delightful young woman now, growing up like that, and what a heartfelt story to hear the difference it made in her life. So again, thanks so much for sharing tonight. And now we're gonna go over to Doris Haskins, another Michigander here. Doris has an amazing testimony about Relive and what it's done for her. So don't forget to come on and unmute yourself, and also turn on your video, please.
Thank you very much. Can you hear me, Maureen?
I can.
Awesome. I was introduced to Relive because I had a muscle spasm that had constricted my heart. I already had muscle spasms in my legs due to a rollover car accident as a teenager. Literally 4 decades of pain, prescription medication, muscle relaxers, shots in my back, and they had finally compromised that heart and caused that serious hospital hospitalization. Introduced to Relive, we aggressively took the nutrition, and for me, what happened was energy enough to sit up on my own, energy enough and strength enough to go to a formal physical therapist, and being consistent on the nutrition, I was able to go back to work. I was able to be more active with my girls and daughters and their activities. I wasn't the mom sitting on the side. I became the mom that was actually involved in what was going on with what they were doing. 1 year of being consistent on this nutrition, what happened for me was I was able to step off all prescription medication for pain. I was able to step away from the muscle relaxers. It was just wonderful. They had to come back. I lost 30 pounds. And, you know, we ladies always enjoy that. And just with that also was the idea that I could go back to ballroom dancing, go back to swimming. Those were just wonderful activities that I had enjoyed prior to that actual incident. So Relive for me and our nutrition has always been the first thing on our grocery list for my entire family.
Wow, Doris, I gotta tell you, 30 pounds, and knowing you over 10 years now, you look younger than ever, and you're chasing that little grandchild around, and you couldn't have done that years ago with that back injury, and see the light in your eyes. What difference it made. Thanks so much for sharing with us tonight, Doris.
Thank you.
And then finally, we're going to go over to Kathy Gorby, another good friend of mine. Just spent some time with her down in Florida, enjoying doing Relive and having some good camaraderie with friends. Kathy, come on in and share what Relive's done for you.
Thank you, Maureen. I am Kathy Gorby, and yeah, we had a fantastic time. And I was introduced to Relive 9 years ago. I'd always believed in supplementation, but I actually was looking for help for a loved one when I heard about Relive, and actually looked a little bit deeper, went to a presentation, hearing a lot of like what you're hearing now. And I thought, you know what, it's like, I've not had results like I'm hearing and seeing about with what I've been taking. It's like, why not give it a try? So I started on the basic 3. What I had been dealing with prior to Relive, I'd had a bad root canal and had a bad tooth for like 9 months, and finally had that extracted. So I was very, very low on energy. Didn't realize how low I was on energy until I started Relive, even with taking the supplements I was taking prior. And so within a very short time, I noticed the increase in energy. Those digestive issues I'd had off and on for years just cleared up. And also noticed within a very short time, the allergies, that nightly drainage, I wasn't dealing with that. And I thought, wow, I'm not going to go off of these. I continued to take the products regularly, twice a day. The next, few months, that sciatic nerve and restless leg, I just felt like I was actually, getting younger. Since I was feeling better, I'm approaching 63, and I was feeling better than I did in my 40s. And so 3 years ago, I had a whiplash injury. And I heard with the Advantage, when you stretch those neck muscles and everything. So I just started taking that consistently, and also the hemp oil with the melatonin, and those two, you won't take those from my regimen. I love the products. I'll continue to take them, and I'm just grateful for the person who introduced me.
Wow, Kathy's 63, you're sitting there looking 35, seriously. and I have my contacts in. They look amazing. It's so great. And what a fisherwoman too. I saw you reeling in some big fish there, some shark. Yeah, struggling with that. And I'll tell you, at 63 years old, most 25-year-olds couldn't do what you do. So thanks again for coming on and sharing, Kathy.
Thanks.
So with that, I'm sure you've been thinking about an opportunity to get started on these products, or maybe you're here tonight to think about looking for an opportunity to share these products with others as well, or simply say for yourself. You can become a real distributor. You can work from your phone. There's no commute for an hour and a half or 10 minutes, right from your phone, right from your home. Low startup costs, product discounts. Again, you have an opportunity to save as a distributor, to consume your products for yourself, or your family, or a few people you might have thought of when you've heard these stories. They're safe and convenient alternative to other gigs. And by that, I mean, you're going to set your own hours. You're going to build your own team. You'll have your own website support from Relive, and an app, which has just been amazing for people to promote their businesses. And you get paid weekly, every Friday, deposits in your bank. And 100% buyback guarantee on this business. If you were looking at, I was started a painter and invested in my tools and building a firm years ago, and it was costly to start it up, and it was also risky. It happened to become successful, but you don't always hear those stories when people are thinking about buying into a franchise, or just investing your hard-earned money, or risking your family's future with risk. But there is no risk with this. 100% buyback guarantee for 1 year. And there's 5 ways to earn something. There's retail profit, where you can earn anywhere between 20 and 40%. Wholesale between 5 and 20. Overrides, which is really just royalties or commissions that you'll earn in future years to come. Bonuses and trips. We've been on several, just had a blast with so many of our brilliant friends. And the ambassador team, where you can actually go out and teach and train. And our company prides itself in this. You learn from the people who have learned how to do it. No outside firm coming in to help you build a business, but the backbone really who are the distributors who build businesses. And it's all based on your personal effort and dedication here. So how do we create a happier lifestyle? They actually invited a few people to come on to share their story too, about what the real business has done for them. Some people came on just looking for savings, and then others went on to build a business. So we're going to go over to Roger Rober. Roger has become a good friend. Roger, you shared for me years ago your daughter's story that changed someone's life in my world. And I'd love to hear what the Real products have done for you and your family. So come on, unmute and turn on your camera, please.
Yeah, I'd be glad to, Maureen. Thanks for asking. And we've been involved with Relive for 15 years. And we started originally for some health reasons with my daughter. She's had great results with that. We've had great results in our whole family with joint discomfort and just a lot of different things. But as we started hearing what this was doing for other people, we couldn't help but share this with others, tell them about it. And it's so exciting to see people get some help with something natural, something that's good for them. And, you know, then they get excited and they start to share. It's been fun to have people join us on the product, join us in the business. And, you know, here I guess it was last year, we were very focused and productive and talked to a lot of people, and we were able to earn the trip to Hawaii, detour to Florida, and it's just been so cool. I was first in the nation, and that trip to Florida was amazing. That was my first relive trip, and they treat you like royalty. They spoil you rotten, and just the lifestyle of being able to do that was just amazing. I want to go on every trip that there is. I love Relive, love what it's done for us, and not gonna quit.
Awesome, Roger. Sorry, I had a little technical thing here with my computer deciding to look for malware. Roger, you know, it's amazing to see your success and so exciting to hear that you earned your first trip. And I know once you go on one, you're not done. You're going to be very successful and work towards getting together with your Relive friends. And we do know the company spoils those rides. So congratulations on your success. Thanks for sharing.
Thank you.
And we'll go over now to Dawn Tucci, another good friend who has built an incredible Relive business over the years and shared her success with others too. So thanks so much for coming on, Dawn, tonight, and tell us what the Relive business opportunity's done for you.
Happy to, Maureen. I started out as a no, and I know that we distributors hear that sometimes, but I'm a registered dietitian, and I saw no reason to look at another supplement company because in my practice, the supplements really weren't working very well. But fortunately, my friend gave me another shot. She called me back, and at that point, I was 43, but I was in full-blown menopause, and you know, didn't have my health anymore. I had a lot of issues, and it was that reason that I started on the products, and it took about 1.5 years to resolve not only that, but so many other things. And that was really an eye-opener for me. I didn't know the body was able to heal using nutrition, which really just began my helping of my family first, and led to some friends that I helped them. And I really never intended a business, but Relive is kind of interesting. It becomes organically a business for a lot of people because their products really work. And so in helping a couple of friends, the one wanted me to help her family, which just led to more people. And so for me, my business just kind of happened for a number of years. I had a son that was diagnosed with autism, so he really became my full-time job, but I was thankful that I could help a few people, pay for my products, and have that reward of making such a difference in people's lives. So it was kind of the best of both worlds. And then as he became more able, I was able to put more time in and become more purposeful and decide, you know, this is what I'm going to do, and I'm going to do it. And I think it, you know, you have to do that if you want to build any business. You have to put some effort in, but it's been so rewarding. It's just been the company always looking to give me more for doing my job as an incentive is kind of how I've looked at it, but helped a lot of people over the last 15 years. And because of that, I've built an income that's just continued to grow and reached a point where I was invited to be on the global ambassador team, won that same trip that Roger won to Maui, and of course we ended up in Florida. But just amazing experience to be around Relive people, and recently visited our home office, which our company is so gracious and welcoming of distributors. And just to be able to interact with the corporate team, I think is really such a big deal. Never was able to do that before. And I think for me, Mo, I can't be laid off, I can't be fired, and I can make as much as I want. And that's really unusual in today's world. And I really do believe that we have what people need, the ability to get their health back. And if they need an income, we're able to help them do that. So I'm just excited about the future.
Well said, Dawn. You know, again, congratulations on being Relive Global Ambassador. And what that means, folks, is that we've talked about it earlier. Dawn's one of the ones that's going to go out and teach and train, and people will really look to her for mentoring. And that's what we love about our company. We are not financially connected to one another. We're in different teams and everybody helps one another grow. And again, congratulations on earning that trip too. I think we really has to throw another Hawaii trip out there and we'll get going again. So
I do too.
okay, all right. Thanks so much for coming out, Kat, Dawn. And then finally, but last but not least, go out to Georgia to Mindy Jones. I think probably it goes without saying that Mindy is, well, she doesn't like when I do this, but she's a Hall of Famer, which means she's just renowned in the 33 years of this company, that she's been a huge part of building it the last 20, she'll tell you how many years. But Mindy is also part of the mentoring team that has built this company, and she's done it from the ground up and just really has done so much in mentoring so many. So Mindy, come on and share with us. I love hearing your story, how you were able to just start from nothing and build something phenomenal. Thanks for coming out.
Wow, what an introduction, Maureen. Thank you so much. Well, yes, I was actually introduced to Relive 31 years ago. At the time, I owned a ladies' clothing store here in Atlanta, but I was working 60 hours a week and I had no life. My daughter was 4 at the time. She was being raised in daycares. I was the first one to take her to daycare every day and the last one to pick her up. And I became a mom to be a mom. And I had gone on a search for about a year looking for a way to do that. Rena came into my life through a friend. She invited me out to a presentation at her home, and I heard stories just like you heard on this webinar. And I thought, what if? I didn't think I needed the product. I've always been blessed with good health, but the business opportunity really caught my attention. But I knew I was going to take the product if I wanted to do the business, and I did get great results on the product, life-changing results on the product, as a matter of fact. But I joined in the business at the top profit level. It's not something you have to do, but something I wanted to do because I knew I was going to do it part-time, so I wanted to earn the most amount of money for my efforts from the very beginning. I jumped into that top profit level and never looked back. The first month I sold $5,000 worth of product. I made $800 in profit, and that was huge. I felt like I'd won the lottery. I made that kind of money back then. Second month I saw it grow to $1,000 in profit. And then I went to a conference and I got a chance to see the management team and see the integrity and the character of the people running the company and their vision of where Relive was going. And I knew I'd found a home. I came home from that conference and started spending more time with Relive and less time at my store. And 9 months later, I tripled the amount of money I'd ever made at my store. I went to a 6-figure year income. So I ended up selling my dress shop, which was the happiest day of my life because it allowed me to come home and be that full-time mom to my 4-year-old daughter. And I started being able to be the room mom and the team mom and go on the field trips. I never could do that before because I was always at my store. So that's a blessing I could have never imagined. Today, my business is growing right from my kitchen table. It's now in 14 different countries. When I go to bed at night, there's people waking up in Australia and New Zealand and over in the Philippines, taking their shakes, building their businesses, and I'm making money while I sleep. It's just been amazing. I'll tell you, it's like, if you had told me that I'd be able to live the kind of life that I live today 31 years ago, I would have never believed it. It has changed the entire course of my life. I was able to pay cash for my daughter's college education. She came out of school not owing a dime. She also had a 5-day destination wedding down in the Keys. I was able to pay for that out of my Relive check without going into debt. And it's just been life-changing. I mean, it's become my disability. It's become my life insurance, my health insurance. I mean, it's the whole package deal. And I can tell you, if it could happen for me, it could happen for anybody. And I love to travel, and I've got to go on a lot of trips with Maureen and Roger and Dawn and the other people on the call. It's just been, I'll tell you, I literally am learning my geography through Relive. And tomorrow morning, I'm going to be jumping on a plane and flying to Greece. My daughter's sailing over there for 9 months in the Mediterranean. I'm going to go join her and her family, my 2 little grandbabies and my son-in-law, and I'm going to spend a month there. And that would have never been possible. I mean, that just would have never been able to happen if I continued down the path that I was on before Relive. So I'm forever grateful to the person who brought Relive into my life, and I'm just so excited that I can go out and bless other people's lives with this.
Wow, Mindy, how exciting for you. Thank you so much for sharing. And I got to tell you, just looking forward to the lifestyle that you have. If somebody had 1% of it, they'd be blessed eternally. And while we're saying that, I do have to note that
Relive doesn't claim with our products to diagnose, cure anything. What we do say is the body's a miracle. We put optimal nutrition into it and the body knows what to do. And just like with the business too, I can't guarantee you a trip to Greece, but I can tell you right now that if you work hard, you will be rewarded. So what you put into it, you get out of it. So again, Mandy, thanks so much for being on and have an awesome trip to Greece. Okay, so we get to work hard, we get to play hard. You heard about it there. Here's a picture there of us on the last Hawaii trip. We're sitting there somewhere in there. Mindy's, I think, somewhere in the middle. And you know, these trips, they're just the trips of a lifetime and just part of the rewards of what you really reap from helping people help other people. You take control of your time. You set your own priorities when you want to work, what your families and your hobbies are. You do this right around this. You can experience personal growth, which many people have said has been the biggest paycheck in their lives is the personal growth in building this business. You're working for yourself, but you're not by yourself. You have all kinds of support, just like the people that were on this webinar tonight. Every single one of them, I know personally, would help any of you looking at this business this evening. Enjoy incentive travels, I just said, which I've been on all, Ken and I, 11 all expense paid trips. But the best part of that are the friendships that we make, making lifelong friends. And so we get back in our foundation too. We have the Relive Columbus Foundation, which provides nutrition to the kids. You see the kids here, how sweet are they? Sometimes this is the only nutrition they get, is what they get from our Relive shakes. It's 100% supported by passionate distributors. That's really something that we're proud of. The money goes to the kids and very little runs the administrative part of it. It's easy to get at clovisfoundation.org. Get with the person that invited you on the webinar this evening. They can tell you about our feeding stations around the world, should you choose to be part of that. So how do we get started? You can become a customer, which is really optimally a great decision with the highest quality of nutritional products. You can become a preferred customer, which is a 10% discount or a 20% discount with auto ship. If you become a distributor, you will purchase products at 20 to 40% off, either discount for your family or you can share them to a retail and wholesale profit. One of the most popular that we have here, there's two choices here. The first one is Quick Start, we call it, is an affiliate distributor. It's 25% immediately profit or discount. It's enough product to start 4 to 5 people on, or just look at your family and a few people that you might have thought of this evening, family and friends, that you'd like to get started on the products. And you can earn 25% immediately. Or you can become a master affiliate. You can do what Ken and I saw. When we first took a look at this business, we were looking just simply to save for our family. But it turned into a business where people saw what happened to us with our health. And because of that decision, we were able to go on to earn a good income with Relive. As I said, share these all expensive trips, bonuses. Again, not because we're someone special, but because of the opportunity Relive gave us. So you can earn 40% to 40%. It opens up all the 5 avenues of income: the wholesale, the retail, the trips, the ambassador program, and the royalties as well. So we're nourishing our world with Relive International. I just thank you for getting on tonight to listen to Better Health, Earn from Home, and Happier Lifestyle, and Giving Back. That's what we do. I'd like to thank our guests for being on this evening. Thank you so much for sharing with others. It's what we do. That's how we grow our business, but it's mostly how we help give back. This webinar will be recorded for 1 week. It'll be available on the Positively Charged Facebook page. If you're not a member, get with the person who asked you on this webinar this evening, and I'll show you how to join that. And you'll be able to see all of our Community Success System as well. Thank you once again for being on this evening, and I just welcome you all to Relive International. Okay.